Endosulfan strikes again. How does endosulfan do it all in one night? Obviously, because it's a pesticide nightmare and it has dangerous impacts on the community, environment, and humans. It must be stopped, and it is officially wanted as it is banned from countries. Alrighty, giving you all a little context on why endosulfan is our villain for the night. Let's go on ahead and describe its illegality, as it is illegal. Category: insecticide. Status is persistent, and obviously its type is a villain. Here are some of the main characteristics of endosulfan. This is its formula as listed. Type of molecule is an organochlorine insecticide. Its molecular weight is 406.925. It's considered to not have an ionomer. Endosulfan appears a brown or colorless color, and it is a crystalline solid with a pungent odor. Another property is that it is more dense than water, and it is also nearly insoluble in water. It is toxic by inhalation, skin absorption, or ingestion. This is its boiling point, its melting point, solubility, and pH. I have listed a mass spectrum if you are interested in looking at that, as it has its top peaks displayed. Alrighty, let's do a deep dive on endosulfan's background. In 1950, it started off as a highly used insecticide which was developed by a German company, and it was officially introduced to the US market in 1954. Next, when it gained its popularity was around this time, as it was sold as a broad spectrum efficiency against various insects, pests. Additionally, it gained widespread adoption in agriculture, particularly in tea, rice, coffee, cotton, and vegetable cultivation. Now, fast forward to 2011, this was the start of the ban, and people started realizing that it was something that was affecting the environment negatively. So, a lot of people met up in the 5th meeting of the Conference of Parties at the Stockholm Convention to officially ban it worldwide in May of 2011. However, specific exemptions for agriculture applications were allowed. Now to the present, endosulfan in 2012 was banned by the European Union, officially became illegal in July of 2012, and additionally on April 1st, 2013, transportation of endosulfan was banned. However, it is still being used illegally in many countries. As well, let's talk about the bioaccumulation that endosulfan produces. From 1958 to 2000, global production of endosulfan was estimated at approximately 18,000 through 20,000 tons annually. This resulted in a cumulative usage around 300,000 tons. The largest consumer was India with 113,000 tons. Second largest was United States with 26,000 tons. Additionally, many other countries contributed, like around 2,800 tons between 1998 and 2004. A lot of countries, as I said, contributed in this, and this just shows the insanity amount of bioaccumulation that endosulfan produces among the environment. Alrighty, this is my main reason on why endosulfan is clearly a villain. This was due to the endosulfan catastrophe. Endosulfan has been persistent through the whole world as it led to toxic exposure, especially in low-income communities and among humans. The biggest case of endosulfan toxicity was when it invaded Kerala, India. In Kasaragod Padre village, residents reported that aerial spraying of endosulfan in the cashew plantations began as early as 1976. This led to years later being reports of calves being born with deformed limbs, as well as many children in the area suffered from severe disorders. Families who lived along the Kodankiri stream were affected the most, as the run of water impacted them highly. This is one of my main reasons on why it is a villain, because it is something so cruel that can happen to organisms and humans. Right now, I am just showing some disturbing pictures of the effects of endosulfan. As I mentioned, it affects the low or income communities of India, and this is just my main reason on why endosulfan is clearly a villain, because it is something so cruel that can happen to humans. To conclude, endosulfan is obviously a villain. It is a good thing it is mostly banned in the world as opposed to a threat to humans, organisms, and the environment. My main reason was the Kerala catastrophe, because no hero would cause that much harm to poor innocent children in poor income communities. That is my main reason on why endosulfan is a villain, is because it is so toxic to the environment. Alrighty, lastly, these are my references. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope I convinced you.